Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here with another sponsored Bleed and Soul video. Now, while I'm still in the process of gearing up my character and heading into the 4 and 6 man Poaran dungeons, also known as the Black Ram supply chain, I wanted to make a video regarding what I've been doing at level 45 to get myself sort of prepped for this point. A lot of people have told me they hit level 45 and they're not exactly sure what to do. Today alone I got asked 3 times and then I got asked on my live stream. So, the biggest things I get asked about: Soul Stones, Moonwater Transformation Stones, PvP, World PvP more specifically, and what is the point of the 24-man? How do I make gold? A lot of those things have to do with each other because you can do all of those things simultaneously and one thing can yield the other. So what I'm actually going to do here is cover what I did approaching level 45. Now keep in mind, there is a new patch coming February 10th. It's going to have a new 24-man, which will add even more dailies onto that list. New 6 and 4-man for more rewards from there. You're going to have the Mushin Tower with other rewards. You're going to have Hongmoon level +5, so that's another thing you'll have to do. And I'll be doing an update on this when those things come out, when I have a more viable way of saying what your goals should be. But anyway, let's get started with the basics, shall we? So among the first things I recommend you do upon hitting level 45, first of all, finish the story. If you're already 45, definitely finish the story because you're going to need to when it comes to going to Mushin's Tower on February 10th. If that's already out by the time you're seeing this, then just do the main story and eventually it'll take you there. But other than that, the first thing you'll want to do when that's out of the way is go to the Misty Woods because there's a lot of things that can get done here that can really help boost your character to a better status at level 45. Now, the first thing that I did was farm PvP faction rep for PvP dailies to get soul stones. Now, this is something that if you stuck with a specific group the entire way up, you're probably near where you want to be on this one. After you complete the first few quests over in the Scorching Sands, you'll start noticing on your map that at certain outposts, there are going to be PvP dailies marked with red daily quests as opposed to the traditional blue ones. If you get to at least the 2nd rank, then you can start accepting quests from the Misty Woods, and that gives you soul stones. Soul stones you can sell for silver, you can use them for better upgrades on your items, you can use them for crafting recipes. They're very, very valuable, and you're really going to want to be getting your hands on as many soul stones as possible, especially if you're someone who's playing without a dedicated guild or group. Now, once you've started doing that and you're working on the Misty Woods dailies, which I'll come back to in a little bit, there's another thing you want to do in the Misty Woods to get yourself a nice soul shield for level 45. Now, you can also spend Moonwater stones, the Valor stones, but I really prefer this method. Misty Wood PvP insignias. This will get you your first epic soul shield. In order to farm these, equip whatever cerulean or crimson outfit that you have and go to the other opponent's base. What you're going to want to do is probably make a group of 4 to 6 people, at least. There are bigger groups out there, and you're just going to want to camp there, kill the NPCs as they spawn, and occasionally a boss NPC is going to spawn, and when they spawn, you want to kill them. They drop insignia pouches, and when you open the pouch, you can get anywhere from like 1 to 9, I think is the highest I ever got. 160 of these insignias will complete an epic soul shield for you. Now, this epic soul shield is very defensive, so you're probably going to want to fuse crit onto it. Sorry, that's my Final Fantasy XIV lingo speaking. Yeah, you're going to probably want to fuse crit onto it, or accuracy, something along those lines, especially if you feel like taking on the one PvP daily I don't recommend you do, and that's the Blackworm daily. Now, you might notice that occasionally there's a big friggin' dragon in the middle of the daily area where you're doing stuff, and he's got like 68 million HP. Even with like 40, 50 people, he takes a pretty long time to kill. Now, if you form a party of 6, you stay in the fight the whole time, you'll usually be okay. What happens most of the time, though, is you don't get credit for killing him because you can't get the drop from him because you didn't do enough damage to him. So, I've spent an hour killing Blackworm before. I know other people who have done this with or without a party and haven't gotten the actual drop. So I don't recommend investing too much of your time, especially not every day unless you have an insane amount of time. Even if you do the Blackworm daily, there's an item he drops that you're going to need a key for, and the other 2 bosses are over in the base, and those guys drop keys. So unless you can get a group for all of that, I don't know that it's really even worth it at all to do the Blackworm. It's something that you can skip. Don't feel bad if you skip the Blackworm daily. So now, you've done the PvP faction rep, you've been killing NPCs, you've been killing other players, you've been collecting insignias, you've been doing the daily quest, collecting soul stones, great. You're well on your way to either having more gold because of selling the soul stones, or just more, PvP stuff, better gear, better soul shields, I should say. But the other thing that you're going to definitely want to do is invest some time into the 4 quote-unquote blue dungeons. That's the Skittering Tunnels, Brightstone Ruins, the Pigsty, and the Hall of Agong. Each of them has a daily quest, so even if you go through the cross-server party finder, then you're definitely going to want to do these dailies. They're very short dungeons. They can be done in like 5 to 7 minutes most of the time, unless your group is pretty under-geared, or pretty under-leveled, since I've had level 35s go into these dungeons with me. The biggest and most important thing here, and this is in regards to Moonwater Transformation Stones, you'll probably want to do these dungeons not only for breakthrough weapons and upgrade materials, but the Brightstone Ruins actually drop Mary Potter secret techniques, and this is used for making components in Moonwater Transformation Stones. If you're working together with a guild, you can get your hands on this and start making Moonwater Transformation Stones for everyone, whether you're selling them or using them for upgrades. If you can get your hands on the secret technique, you are going to be way better off in making these items than if you didn't have them. Now, that being said, people go pretty crazy on the price on this recipe when they're bidding against each other. It's very common for you to just make a few gold off of somebody else winning it. So either way, Brightstone Ruins, great place to go farm, and the price of Moonwater Stones is slowly dropping. So you may just want to do it now while we're close to level 45 cap, before a lot of Moonwater Transformation Stones really start hitting the market and they drop down to like 3, 4, 5 gold, and they're just, you know, child's play. So far, lots of daily quests. You're going to notice that at level 45, that daily quests are very abundant, especially with the update coming on February 10th. This is a great way to earn, you know, silver, gold, items. I've earned some Hongmoon coins from the daily rewards that I've been getting, and those can be used on the cash shop, so they work perfectly for me. The big thing that I highly recommend you invest your time into is the 24-man dailies. Now, right now we only have the Elite Supply Chain, which is actually the 24-man version of Black Ram Supply Chain. It's a daily hub. It's got tons of quests. Each of them are worth like 30 to 45 silver. I know on mine, on premium, they're worth like 45 silver each. You can get glamour items. You can get amplifier materials to upgrade your items faster. You can get breakthrough materials. That way you can actually, you know, get to the next tier. You can get daily chests. These daily chests can give you more potions, more dumplings. They can give you unsealing charms, Hongmoon coins, like I was saying before. And it's a great way to earn an income on a daily basis and get some decent rewards along the way. And the last big thing is, if you ever get around to it, the 4 and 6 man Black Ram Supply Chain Dungeon. The 6 man, a little bit more approachable. The hardest part about that is that it actually asks that you have a Dokumo sword as your minimum weapon to get in. Now, yes, you can upgrade your regular sword over and over and over again until you get to the point where you're upgrading using the Dokumo sword. What a lot of people actually do, and what's been recommended to me, is that you actually only get to the true level 10 profane weapon. Because the profane weapon comes with the true profane buff when you use it, a lot of people prefer just staying at the profane weapon for a while and equipping the Dokumo sword to enter, then re-equipping the profane blade. I don't know if this is still the case. This is just what I've seen recommended, not only on my stream, but I've seen it recommended in a lot of other places. I've also seen recommendations to not upgrade too far past the Infernal for your accessories because the upgrades are small. That being said, I'm a completionist. I want to upgrade everything, so I can't really give you an advice. It's something I wouldn't do, but it is something to consider. You may want to equip the Dokumo sword just to get into the queue, but try to at least have a few weapon upgrades on your sword. Like, try to at least get to the profane sword. I would definitely say do that. But those are definitely all things you can do at level 45. Now, keep in mind we are talking about the 45 cap again. In a few days, or in about a week and a half, you're going to see even more things open up. The daily raid or the daily heroic dungeon with Mushin's Tower. You're going to have the other 24-man instance in this case, the Bloodshade Harbor, or in this case, Nightshade Harbor for the 24-man version. You're also going to have Hongmoon levels. You're going to have the PvP pre-season where you can earn Zen Beans. And this is, of course, I didn't even bring up the fact you could just be PvPing at 45 and not care about any of this. And that could just be what you do the game for. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. So that's another possibility. Work on your PvP, get better, work your way up to silver, gold, platinum, all those elos, and then just dominate when the Season 1 begins for NA. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to cover all of these aspects because they were all things that I've been trying to get used to and trying to get done on a daily basis. Let me know what you think about the current state of Blade & Soul's endgame, and if you're excited for its rapid expansion, or if you kind of just wish you had a little bit more time to enjoy it. Be sure to comment in the comment section of the video below, and guys, just so you know, this is my last sponsored Blade & Soul video. Any Blade & Soul video you see after this will not be sponsored. So, looking forward to putting out some stuff on the Poaran dungeons, but I gotta go to PAX South first. So, I will see you guys later. Enjoy Blade & Soul over the weekend, and I'll see you on February 10th for sure. Anyway, have a good night, everyone, and until next time, take care.